Hello boys, it is Orca with another commentary on my YouTube channel. And what we're gonna see today is a game recently played from Rupe, Snipes and Sunray vs Smooth Tubes, Snizzy and Phantom. And what we're gonna have for leaders over here is Rupe playing as a prophet, with Snipes playing as a brute, and Sunray playing as a prophet too, versus Phantom playing as the black, I think, brute, Snizzy playing as the forge on the right hand corner.
Enemy engagement.
And Smooth Tube playing on the left hand corner, I think, as a brute.
Warehouse complete.
Yep, as a
Local units.
I don't know if Phantom really is a brute,
All units.
but that's it so far. Phantom is an RB, right? Sunray as the brute, Snipes as a brute going the long way, and Sunray going tempo second, Prophetto obviously also on offense.
Warehouse complete.
Snipes is taking the long way to have more resources to getting more brutes ported.
Base under attack.
Yep. Black was scouting all the bases pretty far and pretty good. That was Phantom's ghost on Rupe's base. That's usually a good thing, but you can also do like the temple glitch where you put on the base and there is normally an A, and if the A is still there, the temple is up. But you can deny this if you don't want to see that they scout your temple. You can close the base and there is always an A. So if you close the base straight at the beginning, nothing has happened, they can scout your base and there is an A straight at the beginning. And Phantom, the RB tried to catch some brutes on Snipes' base, but he failed a little bit.
Local units. Local units.
Smooth Tube as a brute is on Sunray's base, trying to do that much damage he can. And the ghost was eating a quite decent amount of suicide grunt damage. Sunray is getting his prophet upgrade up on the ramp. And we have Snizzy's Hogs on offense.
What is required?
Yeah.
Local units.
On Snipes' base.
Local units.
Smooth Tube is scouting that there is a factory up from Rupe to defend the Hogs. The Hogs really could have sniped the Prophet very easy right now. The Prophet is only a baby and you have like 7 Hogs on the field right now. I think if the Prophet dies at this moment, it should be game over.
Local units.
But the Hogs are not driving in for some reason.
Local units.
Yep.
Out of resources. Power terminated.
Rupe by himself is doing a great job to defend like 4 brutes. And Snipes don't even will have heads on his base in a second.
Local units.
Sunray is on Smooth Tube's base trying to do damage, and Snipes is on Phantom's base and do damage. I'm assuming Snipes is doing the same damage those guys did on Snipes' base, on his own base, because we saw he boarded in like 3 brutes and nobody was playing defense.
I suppose.
And how much did Sunray maybe kill the pad on offense? Like overall, I would say those guys should have made more damage on O than they get right now. Smooth Tube denied the pad on Sunray's base. and he killed a blast pad, which hurts pretty much, especially when you pump raids and you don't even have the full pads. That's why he only has 2 raids out.
Local units.
Yeah, but those guys are going for the base. They're trying to pull it up. That's why Samurai went over to
Local
Phantom's
units.
base and they're
Local
trying to pull
units.
up to kill the base.
I obey.
Because if you don't focus the pads,
Local
you
units.
go for the base, and maybe the enemy is running in
Heavy
with the
shield.
hogs and
Research.
the base is still
All
living.
units.
It is pretty much game over because you were not going for the pads straight away. If you're going straight away for the pads and then you aim down the base,
Powered up.
you can argue that the guy doesn't even have money, but now he was gaining on 4 pads still.
On my target.
And Phantom is not recycling the pads for some reason. At this point, he should have done it.
What needs doing?
He should have done it.
Local units.
And he had like 2 pads built too. Like
Local units.
base for himself 500, and then let's say if you recycle a pad,
Local
I
units.
think you get like 75%
Local
of the
units.
thingies back.
Local units.
Maybe only 50, but even then you get like 400 back,
Local units.
and
Local
if you have the 400 back, I'm pretty sure you can buy the base back and stay in the
Local
game.
units. Local units.
If the game plan is staying in the game, but we will see what's
Local
happening.
units. Local units.
Snipes recall this
Local
brute
units. Local units. Local units.
does not even make sense in my eyes, but especially in the curry game when you don't heal it
Local
up.
units. Local
But
units.
I'm assuming those guys want to go in the later stage of the game and Snipes building an engine? Question mark.
Where do we go? Here we go.
And Phantom obviously is raging on his last money, what he have right now. And there we go, Phantom is defeated.
Local units.
Orders. Powered up.
After seeing the tanks, Rupe obviously
Show me.
Local
is going
units.
for
Going now.
recycling the factory
Enemy
into
engagement.
obviously a summit.
What?
Orders.
Local units.
Snipes
Local
is
units.
definitely back in the game with 5 pads on
Local
his
units.
base.
Tell us where. Moving.
Local units.
And Rupe trying to gain some money on the field, and
Into
how you
the
gain
Local
some money,
units. Local units.
kill some rebels.
Citadel upgrade complete.
There we go, first sum it up.
What?
Local units.
Show me where.
Tell us where.
Yes.
I made this commentary the second time
What is required?
because my mobile phone was crashing after like 12
All
minutes.
units. Local units.
That's why I'm not that enthusiastic.
On the way.
Enthusiasm. That's why I don't have the
Local
enthusiasm
I am here.
like I recorded it the first time.
No match. What is it?
But what you can say over here
Local
is
units.
that, especially in this case of a scenario, the UNEC usually go hogs
What do you want?
because there is no RB on the enemy team.
Summit complete.
But we obviously saw
Yes.
tanks right now. You even can switch
now?
back to
Enemy
Gauss,
engagement.
but if you don't do it, you really have
Local units.
a big problem with
Local
air.
units.
And you only have one decision to
What now?
deal with the air, and that should be
Command.
Wolverines, but Wolverines are not.
Ready to move.
I
Local
mean,
units.
Wolverines are quite fast, but they are not that fast like Gauss
I am
is.
here.
And you can throw
Local
like
units.
10
Local
to
units.
15
Local
Gauss
units.
away,
Local
and
units.
you can rebuild them so
Age
easy.
of doubt. Research.
Even
Enemy
when you have
engagement.
reserves,
Show
it's
me
way
where.
easier.
Local units.
We have them.
And Rupi is scouting with one of his last raids to what is Smooth Tube doing. But what I'm trying to say is like,
Local
in
units.
this case,
Local units.
in these cases when it is a 2v3 situation, the Kavis don't even have an RB,
Where do we go?
you wanna first you wanna end this in the mid game, and then you definitely wanna
What now?
go Gauss versus an RB. But in this case, when
What needs?
Local
you
units.
see Gauss, one of the Cubbies can go whole and do like a lot of damage
Time to
on
burn.
the Cubby
Local
base.
units.
Forward.
Make sure that he doesn't get Vams out, for example. And then you can overwhelm with the Vams, and one guy can go even raids, or
Your wish?
All
even
units.
a haul is good with, like, for example, an upgraded Vortex is good versus a haul, and even you guys can build turrets.
What now?
That's what you
All units.
usually see.
Vampire.
All units.
But what you don't see that often is when somebody like Snizzy is
Yes,
going
all
tanks,
units.
and you're gonna see it later anyways.
Local units.
I'm assuming we're gonna see it right now
All
because we
units.
have a scout on the secondary base right now.
Prepare.
No, we only see them. But we will
Local
definitely
units.
see soon that
All units.
Snizzy is going into mass Wolverines.
I'll go.
I mean, there is a valid point
What?
why he is doing it, because
Local
it's the
units.
same arguing
Local units.
what the Hawks are
units.
having, because there is no RB,
Local units.
and
All units.
the fit
All
RB, it
units.
is definitely not a big problem to focus down Wolverines, and
Enemy
usually when you play versus an RB and you having
All
Wolverines,
units.
the
All
RB can
units.
snipe down Wolverines,
units.
and that forces you
Local
into
units.
building more tanks. But when there is no RB, you can obviously
Local
build like a
units.
whole army of Wolverines,
All units.
and that's the thinking about it.
Vampire. Prepare.
All
Attack
units.
2 army with a smash like Wolverine so easy, and
Stasis.
you need like 5 to 6
All
tanks
units.
to even
All
get a good
units.
Kenny off. And what we're gonna see over here is those guys are trying to snipe
All
the air
units.
to even
All units.
save the air lead for
Stasis
sure.
train research.
Make that fast, that
All
we do
units.
have the air lead,
All units.
but they underestimated the Wolverines
units.
behind
All units.
on the low ground. I'm pretty sure they saw the
All
Wolverines
units.
on the low ground,
All
and
units.
that's why they pull him back.
All units.
Smooth Tube trying to get the chance to
Local
pull
units.
away because he was stasis, and those guys are
All
following
units.
Smooth Tube on the
Enemy engagement.
high
All
ground.
units.
Smooth Tube
All
by himself built Banshee to heal the injured Vamps,
Enemy engagement.
what you
All
definitely
units.
can do.
Local units. All units.
Yeah. So the Wolverines definitely, it looks like they're
All
going back.
units.
It is really looking like Snizzy
All
is going
units.
back with his
All
full army
units.
to defend this. But we
All
don't
units.
even have scouts to make. We don't
All
even
units.
have any scouts on
All units.
the map to confirm this.
All units.
Those guys were thinking, oh, Snizzy,
units.
Snizzy needs to get back because he doesn't even have a Regal Depot
Local
up.
units.
And when he doesn't
All
even have a
units.
Regal Depot up,
Boost research.
he cannot only send his reinforcement
All
Wolverines
units.
back, but
All units.
there we go. That is a big game changer. Like when you have like
units. All units.
6 tanks on your base and the base is focusing down with
All units.
only one Wolverine. It indicates when you see only one Wolverine
Local
that
units.
Snizzy sent it as a
All
ballsy
units.
move. Only his
All units.
Wolverines back to defend this, but this is also a
Local
good
units.
gear to get the army back.
Enemy engagement.
And losing this base,
Local units. Local units.
I mean, you already had
Local
the
units.
advantage that you have
Local
that
units.
you
Local
might have
units.
3 armies
All
versus 2
units.
armies, but now on paper it definitely is a
Local
2v2
units.
with slightly more
Local
than
units.
2 armies.
Local units.
And you
Local
see
units.
this, the tanks are getting focused
Local
down
units.
and they
Local
gonna
units.
get killed. So if
Local
this would have been
units.
scouted
All
way earlier,
units.
they didn't even would have had that problem.
Local
But-
units.
I can say it on observing it. I
Local
don't know
units.
if I would have done it better.
Local units.
I'm assuming not.
Local units.
Yeah.
All units.
The sneaky 6 tanks
Local
and
units.
1 Wolverine.
Local units. Local units. Local units.
And yeah, Snizzy with a big balls
Local
play
units.
and
Local units.
pulling
Local units.
the
Must.
game back
Local
into
units.
his own hands.
Ready.
And
Local
Snizzy is
units.
doing this by
Enemy
himself
engaging.
right now.
Local
And there we go,
units.
there are the
Local
Wolverines
units.
back on
Local
defense.
units. Local units.
And Snizzy knows,
Local
like he
units.
knows that he does a lot of damage. He
units.
did enough,
Local units.
and all he needs to do
Local
is
units.
defend, and
Ready to fight.
every air unit
Local units.
he's gonna killing
Local
right
units.
now.
Ready.
Local units.
It is really good because his teammate already
Local
is
units.
building Vamps, and so far they need to deal with
Waiting for
2 armies and 2.5 maybe 2.5,
Where do we
but
go?
every unit Sami is losing.
What is required?
Local units.
The 2.5 getting low to almost 2.
Local units.
If I must.
All units.
And Smooth Cupid is fucking greedy engineer. Like, what is this?
Your wish?
I'm gonna heal you, buddy. No worries, I'm gonna heal you.
Send me in.
I have this, I'm gonna heal you. I'm gonna heal your units, I'm gonna heal your structures, I'm gonna heal
Local
everything.
units.
The pleasure is mine.
I love
What
this.
needs doing?
Ready to attack.
It's like when your
units.
mom is making your
All
food or
complete.
something.
What do you
Local
want?
units.
No worries, son, I got you. I got this over here for you, I got that over here for you, and you wanna have more of that? I give you that.
Show me where.
And the Wolverines are pushing,
Local
and
units.
there are already spotted Wolverines.
Bonded shield research.
Rupi
Local
knows he got a
units.
big problem
Local units.
if you don't transition into hunters. And he already is
Local
researching
units.
Tech 200 right now.
Go.
All units.
Awaits.
Local units.
I suppose.
That
Local
wouldn't be that
units.
problem
All
if
units.
Sami would have not lose his base,
Local units.
because Rupi would have
Local
could have
units.
done it earlier
Local units.
and would have had more hunters out
Local units.
in this case. But
Local units. Local units.
this is actually a big problem.
Ready to fight.
Local units. Spirit bond.
And there we
research.
go. Rupe really thinks about resigning at this point. Well, I'm interested. Is Sami back into the game? No, he's not. And Rupe know that. And until Sami is not getting back into the game
On station.
and Snizzy is killing air units, it is gonna be horrible.
Local units.
And you
Local
see that
units.
slight amount of
Local units.
yellow air army.
What is it?
And that is not gonna be replaced, boys.
Local units.
Those guys actually pulling out the NGs too. We love that.
Acquired.
All units.
Oh, offensive engineer. I think the engineer thinks I can do damage too by myself. I can do damage. Oh, I cannot do damage. I need to get out of here.
Local units.
Orders.
All units.
That's what the NG was thinking. I'm pretty sure.
All units.
And then he flies out and he say, "No, I'm pretty sure I can do damage." And then, oh, there is one wham. I'm dying.
All units.
Boost.
All
engine.
units.
Boosters activated. Orders.
Yep, that was my
Local
ring.
units.
It's 10
Up. Ready.
a.m. over
Local
here.
units. All units.
And
All units.
I'm off with
All
fitness
units.
for like 3 weeks.
On station.
Local
I'm
units.
gonna start next
Local
day.
units. Local
Back
units.
into business.
Local units.
Run commencing.
That's why I'm
Local
taking time
Enemy spotted.
Local
to
units.
even make more videos, because I don't know
Local
if I
units.
do have the time soon.
Local units. Local units.
Next
Age
day
of
I'm at home. I only
Research.
worked for
Local
4
units.
days this week, so I definitely can invest
Local
like
units.
the day after that, and I have
units.
2 more games
Local units.
where I am recording, not
Local
reporting, I
units.
don't report
Local
anything.
units. Local units.
Recording for the next weeks. So this stuff is coming. I was reading that this is new gameplay
Local
and all that
units.
stuff. If you don't wanna watch this, go ahead
Local
and try to
units.
find another YouTube channel. It's uploading content like this, and you will pretty
Local units.
see soon that there is none like this.
Ready.
And if you don't like this, I'm pretty sure you cannot watch Halo Wars commentary gameplays. You only have one chance.
Local
Make your
units.
own content.
Journey awaits.
But I'm pretty
Local
sure it is
units.
pretty
Local
boring
units.
to watch your own. It is pretty boring watching his own content. Yeah, that's why he can only trash talk. But I love these comments. It's like good for my algorithm, and I can write down
Assault
that
beam
the
research.
IQ of the writer is pretty low. Obviously he's low. Why would I write a hate comment and watch a video what I don't like to watch, and go on a YouTube channel I don't like
Local units.
to see? That is like the most less IQ you can have, in my opinion.
Local units. All units.
Engage. Stasis.
But so far we see the final battle, and it's pretty obvious that Rupe is losing the battle. I don't record this to wanna hate on Rupe. I would have recorded this anyway if Snizzy or the other team would have recorded it on Twitch. I would upload it from the other version. There is no other version, and I'm pretty sure I wanna have this game because it's pretty good. You usually not see tanks and Wolverines versus triple Covey when one of your teammates is getting knocked out, and I wanna show you guys this. So Rupe is obviously the best player right now. There is no doubt about it. I really hope you enjoyed it, and leave a like, leave a comment there, and show much love. And definitely do more fitness than playing Halo Wars or watching these videos. You can watch these videos and do fitness and have a lot of fun with it. And catch you guys later.